You're right.
We're right there, man.
I remember my dad was a singer, you know. I remember my mother's record. She loved swing music. He loved rancheras, you know, Mexican music. He loved conjunto music. He loved country western music and blues, you know. Everyone's got an acoustic guitar and a song, you know. I mean, if you really are into music, you'll know that it's more than that. It's almost like this unwritten kind of notion or something, you know. You can't teach people how to do this. It just has to happen naturally, organically.
Sled Island 2011 has been the most eclectic and most entertaining Sled Island yet, and I can't wait for another 5 years of great music.
I always was doing artistic things when I was a kid, like you know, painting, drawing, writing stories and stuff, and those are all things you can kind of do before you don't have to develop any technique, you know. And then, you know, I was young in the early 80s, so I was hearing Michael Jackson and the early Madonna and all the like revolutionary pop records of the 80s. And then the next thing was punk rock, you know, like, and that's kind of when, even though I'd already been doing music a little bit, that's when I kind of got like, I don't have to take like a million lessons to be able to start writing songs. Like this is like punk rock is like telling you that you can just get going. You know, if you're a songwriter, you can do it. Just if you have energy and something to say, you can make it happen.
We've gone through really flourishing periods of time where we find inspiration through other art, and at that time it's a really cool coming together of minds, and it's a really creative process as well. Then there's also times where we're just making our own music and not listening to any records. Like when we were recording Native Speaker, and which was a very creative process in itself. We didn't listen to music really.
No, not at all.
And that was the only thing that was going in our heads, and it was kind of an interesting isolation, like you said, that led to a lot of creative thoughts. But definitely, like, exposure to other people's music is a great way to explore different emotions that you haven't tapped into, explore different melodic and harmonic concepts. And that's one of the reasons why I love electronic music. It's the ability to put randomizers on and to really like map out exactly what's happening and to have a very removed vision when you're writing and composing.
You know, from early on, the times that I would try to be disciplined about, you know, playing, I just started writing. And so instead of practicing my scales for the last 20 years, I've been writing songs. You know, there seems like there's usually two camps, like people that, you know, like the Neil Young that says like, I don't touch an instrument unless I'm like hit with inspiration. Sometimes I'll go months, you know, and then I'll walk back over the guitar, like it'll hit me and I'll write the whole album in a couple days or something, but I'm not sitting down and trying to force anything out, or I'm not using craft or whatever, you know, I'm waiting until the inspiration hits me. And then there's other people that are just like, just sit, you know, the Hemingway method, get up in your underwear in the corner of the room facing the wall and write for 4 hours a morning in the cold with air conditioning on, you know, like, you know, and that's how you make books, that's how you write, you do it, you know. And I think coming from a literary background, they tell you, like, don't wait for inspiration to come because you're just gonna have a closet full of blank pages. You're never gonna write a fucking thing. Just try to like channel that fucking quintessential you song, you know, and that you're really doing the thing from deep down, you know, from the heart, that that's all we want.
The kind of music that I play now is just kind of like embodies kind of everything. I don't know, you always think that you've heard it all, but then there's something that just comes out of the blue that's totally inspiring.
I think a lot of it comes from just listening to what you're actually hearing in your own head. And I think a lot of people move past that way too quickly, and they don't ever give themselves the silence and the opportunity to actually hear what's coming from within themselves. And when it's so easy to have that absorption from other people because the market is so saturated with so much music that is similar, so to be able to sort of shut that off and listen to what you're actually hearing and have some sort of actual honest expression, and to embrace your own originality, and you know, things always come out of that.
You know, for me, it's all about the music, really. You know, how much do you love the music, and what is it you're trying to say in the music? I mean, like, you know, I'd rather hear somebody just tortured on a guitar, who can't play all that well or whatever, but is pouring their heart out, you know, and soul. I think it was Ellington that said, you know, the space between the notes is as important as the note itself, you know. You know, young people have a great opportunity to say something really profound, you know, and to be part of change.
Thank you very much. So good to be here tonight. Thank you for having us tonight. My name is Alejandro Escobedo. I'm from Austin, Texas. These are the Sensitive Boys.